So, should you be buying Uber stock right now? I mean, right now at this moment? My answer is yes and no. Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel, Invest with Chikwesere. This is a platform where I teach smart investment ideas using investment tools and platforms like the stock markets, real estate, treasury bills, bonds, ETFs, and others. You cannot afford not to be with me in this channel because I'll be sharing with you investment opportunities that's really worth that your resources. So today, I want to talk about a particular stock that I have really picked so much interest in. My interest in this stock has been for a while, and coupled with lots of, you know, things that are coming out from the stock market concerning this particular stock. So that is why I have decided to do this video to help you decide whether you should be adding Uber stocks into your portfolio or you should just let it be. You know, of recent, Uber just published their fourth quarter earnings. Yes, they just published their fourth quarter earnings, and of course, there have been lots of emotions going up and down, people considering and people reconsidering their investments. And that is the reason why we have Uber, Uber stocks dropping down, the stock slumping as a result of expectation versus realities. Yes. And these things are decided, or these things came about after Uber reported their fourth quarter, results. That was on February 4th. And the highlight of this report is that revenue of Uber jumped from $14.37 billion as against the $14.34 billion expected by analysts. That is a 20.1% increase year on year. So that is a massive gain for Uber. And then we also have an adjusted earning per share of 0.71 cents as against 80 cents that is expected by analysts. So here, Uber did not meet up with what analysts expected it to come up with. Therefore, we have a kind of 11% decline when it comes to earning per share. I'm talking about adjusted penny per share. I'm sorry for that. So the next one was adjusted EBITDA. Uber reported $2.49 billion as against the estimated 2.47 billion. That is a 17.3% margin increase. So that is actually lots of things. Now the question is, for people that don't really know about this particular stock called Uber. Uber is a technology provider that matches riders with drivers, hungry people with restaurants. That is food courier, then shipment with carriers. The company's platform is currently utilized by traditional cars as well as autonomous vehicles. They are also for additional products and services like delivery. So Uber provides a platform that matches riders with drivers, and not only that, also matches restaurants with people that order for food. They are also into freight. Yes. And the current market capitalization of Uber is around $156.27 billion. And their price to earning ratio is 15.66x. And it was founded in 2009. The price to sell ratio is 2.99x, and their debt as of the time of making this video is $12.08 billion. So it may interest you that Uber also operates in these countries that I'm about to uh, list out for you. Please don't get bored. The reason for listing out, I'm coming to that. There is a reason why I am going to be mentioning the countries where Uber operates. Now, the first one is United Kingdom. Uber operates in United Kingdom. Uber also operates in United States. Uber also operates in Asia, Pacific, Europe, Middle East, Africa. Uber also operates in Latin America and Canada also. So that is it. That is a whole lot of countries, or should I say continents, where Uber operates. So now the question, the golden question is, should I be buying Uber now or should I avoid the stock? My answer is yes and no. Yes and no. That is my answer for you. I know you may be confused. What do you mean? Did I decided to watch this video for me to just get a yes and no answer? No, that is it. So I'm going to give you these reasons of mine. These reasons are personal to me. They are the reasons why I'm still buying Uber as of today. In short, I'm even seeing this temporary decline as an opportunity for me to enter, as my entry point, because I'll be buying these stocks. But as I said in this my channel, it's not all about investing all your monies. It's all about developing a consistent plan that works for you. Yes, a plan that will work for you, especially when you are dealing with the long term. You know, in this channel, I've been stressing that stock market is not actually a get rich platform, a get rich business model that you can actually use to double your money. It's not a money doubling venture. It's actually a kind of platform that will help you to build your wealth consistently in the long term. I'm always stressing in the long term. And that brings me to what I am trying to say right now. And what I'm trying to say right now is that if peradventure, you want to be buying Uber stocks and you have a long-term perspective, let's say 2 years, 3 years, 4 years from now, I will say that my answer to the question, should you be buying Uber stocks now? My answer will be a yes. But in case you want to deal with the short term, let's assume you are buying, this is 2026, and you want to buy the stocks to keep it for maybe from now, February to December, or even early next year, my answer will be a no. Because in the short term, Uber really has a lot to deal with. There are a lot of things are happening in the market right now as against Uber, lots of competitors coming up, and also from the things I mentioned to you, I told you that Uber has a debt of $12.08 billion at the moment, and their cash and the equivalent is said to be standing at 8.26 billion. So what am I trying to say? Apart from um, apart from Uber not meeting the expectations of analysts that brought about the shares taking a hit, there are lots of things or lots of things that are going on right now, especially when it comes to electric vehicles, that is electric vehicles transitions. But I must tell you that all these things are happening majorly in the Europe. Yes, in Europe. So apart from Europe, other countries or other continents where Uber operates is relatively safe. But currently in Europe, there is a lot of things are happening, as in things that has to do with whether Uber drivers should be treated as independent workers, or they should be treated as an employee of Uber. So if they should be treated as an employee of Uber, that means the Uber should be paying them minimum wage. And apart from that, the electric vehicle transition, yes, if you check the 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 recent money that Uber is burning, you will discover that it will be safer to transit to electric vehicles because this money is going to really stay for a long while. Uber will continue, with the cost of running, the huge cost of running this business in the short term, especially if they have to continue with the present business model. So the thing is making lots of companies out there, including Elon Musk, to be thinking of also flooding the market with electric vehicles. Lots of competitors springing up and down, as against Uber business model. So if these people have to come on board, that means that Uber stock is really going to take a hit. That is in the short term. Uber stock is going to take a hit because people will always prefer, something that is cost effective rather than something that is cost consuming. Everybody wants to look at something that is efficiently and effectively run as against the one that will keep on consuming money and time. So Uber really have a lot to do in the short term. They have a lot to do, a lot of competitors coming up, a lot of regulations from Europe, and a lot of things, just a lot of things are happening. Not meeting up with analyst expectations or the expectations of analysts as against their performance in the fourth quarter. But why will I be telling you to buy Uber? My number one reason is what if? What if one of these competitors, like we're already seeing now, there's a company that just decided to merge with Uber to roll out 1,200 vehicles. Because the truth of the matter is that you cannot take it out from Uber. Uber has built a business model. Yes, they have built a business model over the years. Since 2009, they have built a business model, they have built a customer base, they have built lots of things. They have more advantage over people that want to enter into this kind of business model. They already have the advantage. So my number one what if is, what if one of these companies, like the company of Elon Musk, wanting to match with Uber, like using Uber platform to roll out these electric vehicles. So what do you think will happen? It means that it will be a boom for Uber. Yes. What if there is going to be a major, of people that have these electric vehicles coming on board to utilize the platform provided by Uber? What do you think will happen? So it means, and also, what if Uber also decide to also invest? It's even there. They're already investing in their own autonomous vehicles. So what if they succeed? It's just going to take a kind of sluggish movement in the short term, but in the long term, definitely, because these people have the business model, they have the expertise required to, to manage this business model, and they also have the technicalities, the technical know-how of managing this business model. The only thing they need to do now is to find a way to work on, reducing the amount of money they are burning, their operating costs, finding a way to reduce the operating costs. So if they can achieve this in the short term, it actually means that their stock is going to have an upside boom. Yes, it's going to have an upside boom. Of course, it's business and lots of things need to be considered. They are burning cash now does not mean that in the future they will not be making so much progress. Mind you, this is not a business advice. This is my own thoughts concerning this stock. I'm not in advising you to invest in Uber, but for me at the moment, I have decided to take a long-term route to investing in Uber. So I'll be buying the stock this period, to increase my portfolio. Already have lots of them, so I'm going to be increasing my portfolio, hopefully, believing that we are going to achieve, or Uber is going to achieve their results in the long term. So that is why I said, is Uber a buy for now? And my answer remains a yes or no. So if you are thinking in the long term, if you are thinking in the long term, let's say 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, for me, I think Uber is a buy. It's a company to trade your cash for. But if you are thinking in the short term, let's say less than 1 year or 1 year, please, you have to really be very cautious with Uber at the moment, because there are lots of things going on that Uber need to prove to its investors that they have the capacity to, withstand those things. So until that happens, I won't be advising you to buy Uber stocks in the short term for now. But of course, I've always been advising people in this channel, like what I said before, stock market is not actually a place for you to invest in the short term. Stock markets have been said to always reward patience. It always reward long-term investors. Think of people like Warren Buffett. They utilize the stock market to build the kind of massive wealth they have. So if you are someone that is uh, always down financially, always looking for money to solve immediate problems like family issues, rent, and all those things, then I'm not thinking that you will do so much well in the stock market, because lots of emotions, lots of short term, slumping of shares, and lots of all those things. So if those things happen, you'll be panicking, and that will make you to start selling your stocks when you're not supposed to. You'll be putting so much emotions into it. But if you're always thinking about the long term, just like the way I'm always talking about in this channel, you know that your investment in the stock market will definitely pay off. So in summary, for short-term investors, please be very careful with Uber stocks at the moment. But for long-term investors, people that want to invest in the long term, I will always say that Uber is a stock that really, really need to be considered seriously. So I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.